Good morning. Today I want to talk about focus, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of your dreams. We live in a world full of distractions, social media, negativity, self-doubt, and people telling us what we can't do. But let me tell you something. You control your destiny. The only thing standing between you and your dream is your mindset and the effort you're willing to put in. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to put in the work for you. If you want something bad enough, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to lock in, stay focused, and go after it like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. In today's fast-pacing world, distractions are everywhere. They come in many forms: social media, television, negative people, and even our own self-doubt. If you want to achieve your dreams, you must learn to eliminate distractions and focus on what truly matters. The difference between success and failure often comes down to how well you can block out the noise and stay locked in on your goals. Think about how much time is wasted every day scrolling through social media, watching pointless videos, or engaging in conversations that do nothing to improve your life. Every second you spend on these distractions is a second taken away from your progress. It's easy to tell yourself that 5 minutes won't make a difference, but those 5 minutes add up. Hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, and before you know it, you've lost valuable time that could have been used to get closer to your dream. One of the biggest reasons people fail to stay focused is because they don't take control of their environment. If you surround yourself with distractions, you will be distracted. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will think negatively. If you surround yourself with laziness, you will become lazy. That's why it's so important to be intentional about the people you allow into your life and the habits you develop. Cut out anything that doesn't align with your goals. If scrolling through your phone is a problem, put it in another room while you work. If negative people drain your energy, distance yourself from them. If you find yourself making excuses instead of taking action, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Success requires sacrifices. You may have to miss out on social events, cut back on entertainment, or wake up earlier than everyone else. That's the price you have to pay if you truly want to achieve something great. The reality is that most people won't understand your grind. They won't see the long hours, the sleepless nights, or the struggles you go through. But that's okay, because your dream is yours. It's not meant for everyone else to understand. David Goggins, a man who overcame extreme adversity to become a Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, and best-selling author, often talks about the importance of discipline and focus. He believes that most people only operate at 40% of their potential. That means when you feel exhausted, when you think you can't push any further, you actually have 60% more to give. But you'll never tap into that potential if you constantly allow distractions to pull you away from your path. Goggins himself eliminated distractions by creating an environment that forced him to stay focused. He would wake up at insane hours to train, push his body past its limits, and block out anything that didn't contribute to his mission. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to develop that same level of focus. Write down your goals and remind yourself of them every single day. Set clear priorities and create a plan that keeps you accountable. Stay disciplined even when motivation fades, because motivation is temporary, but discipline lasts forever. When you remove distractions and put all your energy into your dream, progress becomes inevitable. The road to success is not easy, but it is simple. Eliminate distractions, stay focused, and take consistent action. Every small step you take adds up. Over time, those small steps turn into big achievements. So ask yourself, what distractions are holding you back? What can you cut out today to get one step closer to your dream? No more excuses. No more wasted time. Lock in, stay focused, and chase your dream with everything you have. Mental toughness is the foundation of success. It is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up when things get difficult. Life will throw obstacles in your way, and challenges will test your limits. The question is, will you push through, or will you let adversity break you? Your mind is your greatest weapon, but it can also be your biggest enemy. Most people quit not because they are physically incapable, but because their mind convinces them they can't go on. David Goggins often talks about the 40% rule, which states that when you feel like you have nothing left, you are actually only at 40% of your potential. That means your mind is stopping you long before your body does. The key to success is learning how to override those mental barriers and keep going when everything inside you is screaming to stop. Building mental toughness starts with embracing discomfort. Most people avoid pain, difficulty, and struggle. They look for shortcuts and the easy way out. But success doesn't come from comfort. It comes from pushing past the moments when you want to quit. Every time you face adversity, you have a choice. Give in to weakness or fight through it. Those who succeed are the ones who choose to fight. They don't listen to the voice in their head that tells them they're tired, that it's too hard, or that they should give up. Instead, they push forward knowing that struggle is part of the journey. One of the best ways to develop mental toughness is by doing hard things on purpose. If you only do what's easy, your mind will never grow stronger. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and learn to thrive in them. That can mean waking up earlier, working out when you don't feel like it, or sticking to your goals even when motivation fades. The more you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, the more resilient you become. Another important part of mental toughness is controlling your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're too tired, or that you'll never succeed, your mind will believe it. But if you train yourself to say, I've got more in me, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done, or I can do this, your mind will start to adapt. It will learn that quitting is not an option. David Goggins calls this process callousing the mind. Just like your hands get tougher when you lift weights, your mind gets stronger when you repeatedly push through discomfort. Every time you refuse to quit, you build mental endurance. Every time you embrace pain instead of running from it, you become stronger. Eventually, what once seemed impossible becomes your new norm. But mental toughness isn't just about enduring physical challenges. It applies to every area of life. Whether it's pursuing a career goal, building a business, or improving relationships, you will face setbacks. You will experience failure. People will doubt you, criticize you, and try to bring you down. But if you are mentally tough, none of that will stop you. You will keep going no matter what. The truth is, most people never reach their full potential because they allow their minds to control them instead of the way around. They quit when things get uncomfortable. They settle for mediocrity because chasing greatness is hard. But if you want something bad enough, you have to be willing to suffer for it. You have to develop the kind of mindset that refuses to quit, no matter how difficult things get. So the next time your mind tells you to stop, don't listen. When you feel like you've given everything, push a little harder. That's where growth happens. That's where success is found. Train your mind to be stronger than your excuses, and you'll be unstoppable. Hard work and discipline are the foundation of success. Dreams don't come true by accident. They require effort, sacrifice, and relentless dedication. Too many people hope for success but are unwilling to put in the work necessary to achieve it. They look for shortcuts, waiting for the perfect moment or the right opportunity to come along. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who grind every single day, no matter how they feel. Discipline is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Motivation is temporary. There will be days when you feel inspired and energized, ready to attack your goals. But there will also be days when you feel exhausted, unmotivated, and full of self-doubt. Those are the moments that determine who you really are. Successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They show up and do the work even when they don't feel like it. They understand that consistency is the key to progress. David Goggins is a perfect example of what happens when discipline becomes a way of life. He didn't just wake up one day as an elite Navy SEAL and ultra-marathon runner. He worked for it. He built a routine that forced him to push his limits every day, even when his body screamed for rest. He understood that the mind will always try to take the easy way out, but discipline is what allows you to override that weakness and keep going. One of the biggest challenges people face is making excuses. They say they don't have enough time, they're too tired, or they'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year. And before they know it, they've wasted years waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There will always be obstacles, challenges, and distractions. If you truly want to achieve something, you have to make time for it. You have to commit, even when life gets in the way. Hard work is the price of success. It's about going the extra mile, doing what others won't, and pushing yourself beyond your limits. People who succeed don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. They don't look for the easy way out because they know that real growth comes from struggle. The more effort you put in, the more results you'll see. There's no secret formula. It all comes down to effort and consistency. The problem is that most people want quick results. They want to get in shape overnight, build a successful business in a month, or master a skill without putting in the hours. But success doesn't work like that. Every champion, every leader, every successful person you admire has spent years grinding when no one was watching. They've put in thousands of hours of practice, faced failures, and kept going when others would have quit. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is holding yourself accountable. No one is coming to save you. No one will force you to work hard or push yourself. It's up to you to demand more from yourself, to set high standards and to hold yourself accountable to them. If you miss a day, don't make excuses, make up for it. If you fall short, don't quit. Adjust and keep going. Success is a choice. Every single day you have a choice to either put in the work or make excuses. The people who win in life are the ones who choose discipline over comfort, effort over laziness, and persistence over quitting. Hard work isn't easy, but that's what makes it valuable. The struggle is what builds strength. The grind is what builds character. If you stay disciplined and work hard every day, success isn't a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Fear and self-doubt are two of the biggest barriers standing between people and their dreams. They creep into the mind, making even the strongest individuals question their abilities. They tell you that you are not good enough, that you will fail, that people will judge you, and that you should play it safe. But the truth is, fear and self-doubt are nothing more than illusions. They only have power if you allow them to control you. If you want to achieve greatness, you must learn to overcome them. Everyone experiences fear. Even the most successful people in the world have faced moments of doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is how they respond to fear. Some people let it paralyze them, stopping them from taking action. Others face it head on, using it as fuel to push forward. The key to overcoming fear is understanding that it is a natural part of growth. If something scares you, it usually means it is important. It means you are stepping outside your comfort zone and into the unknown. And that is exactly where you need to be if you want to grow. Self-doubt is another major obstacle. It whispers in your ear that you are not talented enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you will never be as good as others. But self-doubt is a liar. No one starts as an expert. No one is born with unshakable confidence. Confidence is built through action. The more you do something, the better you get, and the more belief you develop in yourself. The problem is that too many people wait until they feel ready before they take action. But readiness is a myth. If you wait for the perfect moment, you will be waiting forever. The only way to build confidence is to take action despite your doubts. David Goggins is a perfect example of what happens when you refuse to let fear and self-doubt control you. He came from a background filled with pain, struggle, and insecurity. At one point, he was overweight, unmotivated, and convinced he would never amount to anything. But instead of accepting those thoughts as reality, he decided to challenge them. He pushed himself through grueling physical and mental challenges, proving to himself that he was capable of far more than he ever believed. He didn't let fear dictate his future. He took control of his mind and rewrote his own story. One of the best ways to overcome fear and self-doubt is to change the way you talk to yourself. Most people let negative thoughts run wild in their minds without ever challenging them. They tell themselves they are not good enough, and they believe it. But what if instead of feeding your doubts, you started feeding your confidence? What if every time fear crept in, you replaced it with a thought of strength? The way you speak to yourself matters. If you constantly reinforce positive beliefs, your mind will start to believe them. Powerful strategy is to take action in spite of fear. Fear loses its power when you face it repeatedly. The first time you do something scary, it feels overwhelming. But the second time, it's a little easier. And by the 10th time, it's no longer frightening at all. Action is the cure for fear. The more you push through discomfort, the more fearless you become. Fear and self-doubt will always be there, but they don't have to control you. You have the power to push past them, to prove them wrong, and to show yourself that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. The only real failure is there will always be people who doubt you, criticize you, and try to bring you down. Some will tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, that you are not good enough, or that you should settle for something safer. The world is full of naysayers, people who project their own fears and insecurities onto others because they are too afraid to chase their own dreams. If you listen to them, if you let their words get into your head, you will never reach your full potential. The key to success is learning to block out the noise and stay locked in on your vision, no matter what anyone else says. Many people fail, not because they are incapable, but because they allow doubt from others to affect their belief in themselves. When someone tells them they can't do something, they start to believe it. They let that negativity sink in, and over time, it weakens their confidence. But the truth is, most people who criticize you are not doing better than you. They are not chasing their own dreams, so they don't want to see you chase yours. They are comfortable where they are, and your ambition reminds them of their own lack of effort. Instead of rising to your level, they try to pull you down to theirs. That is why you must be strong enough to ignore them. David Goggins, one of the toughest men on the planet, has dealt with doubters his entire life. People told him he would never amount to anything. They told him he wasn't smart enough, strong enough, or capable enough. But he refused to listen. Instead of letting their words define him, he used them as fuel. Every time someone doubted him, he worked harder. Every time someone told him he couldn't do something, he did it anyway. He turned negativity into motivation, proving that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. The truth is, no one else has to believe in your dream. It is not their job to understand your vision. It is yours. You do not need approval from others to go after what you want. The most successful people in the world did not get there because everyone believed in them. They got there because they believed in themselves, even when no one else did. They kept going when others told them to quit. They pushed through the doubt, the criticism, and the negativity, and they proved everyone wrong. One of the best things you can do is surround yourself with people who support you. Negative voices will always be there, but you don't have to listen to them. Instead, find people who push you to be better, who encourage you to keep going, and who believe in your potential. If you can't find those people, be your own biggest supporter. Speak positivity into your own life. Remind yourself every day why you started, and don't let anyone's doubt shake your confidence. The people who doubt you do not control your future. You do. Their opinions do not determine your success. Your actions do. The only way they win is if you let their words stop you from taking action. But if you keep moving forward, if you stay focused on your goal, their negativity will mean nothing. Eventually, the same people who doubted you will be the ones asking how you did it. So ignore the naysayers. Let their doubt be your motivation. Use every negative word as fuel to push harder, to prove yourself right. Stay locked in, stay focused, and never let anyone else's opinion define what you are capable of achieving. Success is not about luck, talent, or having the right connections. It is about consistency. It is about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and refusing to quit no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack persistence. They start something with excitement, but when the initial motivation fades, they slow down, make excuses, and eventually stop altogether. The ones who succeed are the ones who keep going even when they don't feel like it. They understand that greatness is built through daily effort, not occasional bursts of inspiration. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Everyone has goals. Everyone wants to be successful, fit, wealthy, or skilled at something. But very few people are willing to do the hard, boring, repetitive work required to get there. It is easy to put in effort when you are feeling motivated, but the real test comes when motivation disappears. That is when discipline must take over. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is waking up early to train, studying when you would rather watch TV, working on your craft when no one is watching, and pushing forward when it would be easier to quit. David Goggins embodies this mindset better than almost anyone. He did not become one of the toughest endurance athletes in the world overnight. He got there by putting in relentless effort, day after day, year after year. He ran miles when his body was screaming for rest. He trained his mind to push through pain, discomfort, and exhaustion. He understood that success is not about doing something once or twice. It is about doing it repeatedly until it becomes second nature. His story proves that if you commit to something fully and stay consistent, you can achieve things most people consider impossible. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting quick results. They go to the gym for a few weeks and wonder why they are not in shape. They start a business and give up when they don't see profits right away. They practice a skill for a short time and quit because they are not instantly great at it. But success does not work that way. It takes time, patience, and continuous effort. The most successful people in the world are the ones who kept going long after everyone else quit. They understood that progress is slow, but as long as they kept moving forward, they would eventually reach their goal. Important part of consistency is learning to trust the process. There will be times when it feels like nothing is working, when you don't see any improvement, and when self-doubt creeps in. That is when most people give up. But the truth is, growth is happening even when you don't see it. Every small step you take, every bit of effort you put in, is building towards something greater. The results will not always be immediate, but they will come if you stay the course. The key to staying consistent is setting clear goals and holding yourself accountable. Do not rely on motivation. Create habits that keep you disciplined. Set a schedule and stick to it. Track your progress so you can see how far you have come. When setbacks happen, do not use them as an excuse to quit. Use them as a reason to push harder. Remember that success is not about being perfect. It is about showing up, doing your best, and refusing to quit. The people who succeed are not the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who simply never stopped. They put in the work day after day, even when no one was watching. They understood that consistency beats talent, luck, and motivation every single time. If you stay committed, keep pushing forward, and never give up, success will not be a question of if, it will only be a matter of when.